why I create journals and why you should create some too. Let me explain you. I'm Anne from Odulcina, and in this video I will talk about why I do journals, and to keep you busy you will have a quick kind of tutorial that doesn't need any explanation because you'll see the process through doing this junk journal cover, which is just perfect for a wedding or for an engagement or for planning a wedding. So it's just the cover, but I kept it neutrals so it fits any color themes of a wedding. That's what I had in mind. So before I discovered the junk journals, I had already lived many creative lives. I've been a maker at art, a crafter, a dreamer. I painted ceramics, I made floral arrangements, and even crafted lamps with their hand cut and pierced lamp shapes. I explored oil painting, acrylics, watercolor, and I filled my scrapbooks with memories. With having 4 kids, you can guess I had a ton of pictures to scrap. I gardened flowers with joy. I wrote stories. I played the guitar and later on the piano. And each of these, they brought me something, a sense of beauty, creation, and expression of myself. But when I discovered the junk journals, something clicked that was not there before, and I felt I found it. For the first time, I had found my creative place, the one that fully nourishes and regenerates me, where all the pieces of who I am, the artist, the collector, the storyteller, could come together in one place. This is where I come to breathe, to play, to heal. This is my craft and my quiet joy. So, I journal first because my brain craves it. The crinkle of the papers, the old, the grungy papers, it's the laces, it's all like music to me. The shabby chic colors, the soft pinks, the vintage whites, the faded florals, they're candy to my eyes. It is so sweet for me. I love seeing the textures, the layers, the paper on paper, lace, scraps of fabrics. Each one has a history, a feeling, and a feel to me. It's like building my own little world with my hands. A world where I get to choose what stays, what transforms, and what tells the story. So there's something deeply satisfying about the dimension, the 3D feel of the flips, the flaps, the little pockets hiding the little secrets, the 3D effect of the layers as well, of the papers, but also the laces, the fabrics, the charms that we add here and there, like a rustic safety pin or a paper clip. It's not just a journal, it's an experience to itself, like a quiet interaction with your journal. It's not so quiet because it's grungy and we love those little noises, but I mean quiet by being peacefully looking at the journal, and it brings joy. So all this brings me joy. It brings me back the joy of playing like when I was a little girl. I'm probably not the only one. I was collecting little cute rocks, but also stickers, notepads with little designs on it, like a strawberry. Those designs were so simple. Like today, I wouldn't even look at them, but I remember how I loved them. And I didn't want to use them, right? Or write on them or apply the stickers somewhere because I wanted to keep them for the best occasion or the best purpose of it. So what happened? I never used them. And I don't know what happened to them. They're gone. Since a long time, I guess I've been cleaning at some point and they've been going to the garbage. I'm guessing I have no memories of that. But today, with the junk journals, it's kind of the same feeling of wanting to collect and keep those cute little elements, the cute papers and everything, the cute laces. And it's still the same. It's still there inside of me. But now I have a creative purpose. Now I can create with them, not just make a collection of it, but in my creation, they become useful and they will last for maybe centuries. They even go to other houses, find their homes, and they're looked at and they bring joy to others. Every page invite me to pause, to touch, to see the beauty in the detail of the lace, the detail of a crinkle, of a fold, of a paper, the worn textures, the faded patterns, the imperfections. Each piece I use might be useless on its own. It can be torn, aged, discarded, but together they become something precious. I love that. I love that a little scrap of lace, a little piece of paper, a crinkled ribbon can find its voice again in my creation. That's why I journal. I love it. I love the whole thing of it. But now, I want to share with you knowledge that I learned recently and that spoke to me like I could never guess. Let's talk about creativity. It's more than just beauty, it's science too. Creative activities like this, like journaling, making art, even just cutting and gluing, it activates the brain's reward system. The neuroscientists, they found that when we enter in a creative flow, our brains release dopamine. It is the same feel-good chemical triggered by laughter, dancing, or even falling in love. Can you imagine? It calms the nervous system, reduces the cortisol, which is the stress hormone, and helps shift us out of survival mode. So when emotions feels too big to hold, my journal can hold them for me. When I feel stuck, creating can help things start moving again. When the world feels too fast, this slow tactile process becomes a kind of a meditation. There's healing in making, in using your hands. The psychologists call it embodied cognition. The idea that doing something physical, like crafting, can actually shift your mental state. Did you know that? Sometimes I just sit down at my table without any plan. I just need and want to make something. Maybe it was a hard day. Maybe I'm holding emotions I haven't named yet. Maybe I'm restless and it's one of those nights where won't come. I'm doing insomnia. And sometimes it's because I have a burden on my heart and or a burden for one of my kids, some sort of a stress that there's nothing I can do about it, but it prevents me from sleeping. And then those times I like to go in my crafts room and I gather scraps, I feel the textures, and I let my hands choose before my mind even catches up. You just play. And slowly something shifts. The anxiety that I feel fades away, and I don't need words, just the act of layering, choosing, creating, it's enough. Some will find the need to play the music, and that works too for me, but let's say in the middle of the night when everybody else is sleeping, crafting is my best solution. And but for others, it can be another way of being creative. It can be to just write as well, or color in coloring books. You know, I've learned too that when I create, I slow down. The noise of the world, the pressure, the pace, it all fades away. Even my breathing becomes softer. And sometimes I'm very, very relaxed, I found out. My thoughts become kinder too. There's something powerful about giving myself the permission to play. Have you gave yourself the permission to play? And this is quite a statement, because giving ourselves the permission to play, it's not a lot of people that allows that. And I didn't allow myself to play a lot when I had young kids because I was running out of time so much, but I needed it so much too. Most of the time, I'll listen to a podcast, an interview, a story, a testimonial, something I don't have to watch, that I can just listen to. And while my hands are busy cutting and gluing, my mind becomes still, open. The ideas are coming, the wisdom lands softly in my mind. Sometimes, I should say even often, I cry. I'm touched by a stranger's words, and it helps me release my own emotions too, right? As an adult, we forget the importance of play. We think it's for children, but we need it too. Creative play is how we remember who we are underneath all the roles we carry as a mother, as a wife, as a worker. We need some time to kind of be with ourselves, our thoughts, our emotions, and it's easy to do while being creative, I find. There are studies, and I'll link in the description below links for that shows that even 45 minutes of creative activity can lower your stress markers in your body. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be being creative. The brain doesn't care if you're a beginner or a master. It lights up just the same when you create. Trust the process. We all evolve, we get better at doing what we love. So every master, they started as a beginner. Don't get discouraged if you don't love what you create or feel you're not good at it. At least take the benefits from being creative, having a creative time, and trust the process. You will get bigger, better, and better, and your style will find its way. Your brain will start coming with ideas. Your hands will become better at placing, gluing, folding. But at least you get the benefits of being creative with your stress markers. So this isn't just a hobby. It's how we can cope, how we can breathe, how we can return to ourselves, how we can meditate, talk to God. Junk journaling doesn't act for perfection only, it's only being, right? It's only creating. And in a world that moves too fast and demands too much, this quiet, messy, beautiful process gives us exactly what we need. A moment to feel, a moment to create, a space to breathe. And later, when we flip through the journals, we find joy. I find joy. It brings me peace to my mind. And I really love just sitting and looking at my creations. Or even just looking at my crafting space, seeing that mess that looks beautiful to me. Seeing all the lace, the pile of papers, all the possibilities waiting for me. It's more than paper, it's a part of me. I hope you understand my way of thinking and that maybe you feel the same or you gonna allow yourself to feel like that. Happy crafting, everyone. Don't forget, take creative time for yourself. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.